Hey guys, what's up? It's Andy Fogarty here from the AtHomeWelder.com, and I'm here for KingMetals.com. And today's episode of Ask the Welder, we're going to answer a question that comes from one of our At Home Welder community members. Now, this question comes from Jonathan, and Jonathan asks, he got a contract for making a custom bracket, which he designed for a company. Well, good job, Jonathan. Send us some pictures when you're done. I'd love to see what you're doing. But I need to make the same piece over and over and over, and I need to make some right angles, but I'm not getting paid for this until I finish the project, and I don't have a lot of money up front. I understand completely. That's how we all get started, Jonathan. I'm going to be making some right angles over and over and over, and I wanted to know if you had a place where I could get a right angle jig a little bit cheaper than what I'm finding online. They're just a little bit costly for me right now. Okay, Jonathan, first off, I do have an answer for you. We're going to make a jig, and you're probably going to be able to do it with some scrap pieces that you might already have around your shop. Now, if you don't have any scrap pieces, this is stuff that you could probably just go to a scrapyard and pull off something if you can't find the actual pieces. And I'll show you because I'm using scrap that I just have laying around here. We're just using a piece of flat bar. This is a little bit bigger, it's about 2 inches, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be this big. And I don't know, this is probably about 10 inches or something. I haven't cut any of this, I just found this lying around. And then we have some angle iron here. Now, I don't know how big of the material is that you're using, but this is some pretty good stuff. This is also about 2-inch angle, and I found this again laying around the shop. It's about the same size, a little bit different, but that doesn't matter at all. This is all we're going to need to make our right angle jig. Now we're going to make this in about 2 minutes here, real quick, and you're going to be able to use this for just about any material that you want to, that you're going to be making right angles. And this will save you a lot of time in the shop, and it's also going to save you some money, because I know some of those right angle clamps, they can cost anywhere from 25 bucks all the way up to $200, depending on what you're getting. So we're going to make this real quick, really cheaply. All right, Jonathan, so here we are. We have our 3 pieces of metal. I've got 2 little small clamps here. Use whatever clamps that you need. And I also have my right angle square here. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this metal, these little pieces here, and again, it doesn't matter how big or small this stuff is. It's just, it all needs to vary depending on what size material you are using. And you also don't want this to be too flimsy, right? I mean, you want some good butch material. So we're just going to put our piece of flat bar down, and we're going to have our pieces of angle. We want the inside of the angle here facing outway. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to clamp this whole thing together just like this. Actually, I guess we'll just take one piece. We'll grab one piece here. Clamp it. Got my little bitty clamps here. Sometimes they're more of a pain to work with than they're worth. It's worth. Presto. I'm going to take this piece. I'm going to twist this just a little bit. I know I have my nice good angle in there. Alright. I'm going to clamp this piece together flush. There we go. And there we go. I've got everything clamped together. I know that when I weld this together, this is going to come to a right angle and be perfect. So now what we got to do is just weld this together. Alright, I'm going to flip it over, give it a little tack on the other side, just to make it nice and sturdy. Alright, so we'll just take these clamps off. Pull off our there. And presto, there you have it. There is your right angle jig. Take some other material, slap it right in there, boom. You have a perfect right angle every single time. And you have room to clamp. So you put that in there, and then you can clamp, take your C-clamps or whatever clamps, clamp from the side, and you're all set. So that's it for today's welding quick tip. This is the jig that everybody needs at some point or another in their shop, and you can make it in different sizes. So it's going to save you a lot of time and it'll save you a lot of money too without having to buy them. So hey, if you've made some homemade jigs of any kind, love to see them. Send us some pictures, post them below. We really want to see what you're up to and the cool ideas that you come up with to save you some time and some money. So that's it. I'm Andy Fogarty for the AtHomeWelder.com. And listen, if you want more great tips and tricks like this, come over to the AtHomeWelder.com. Sign up for MIG Welding 101, even if you already know how to weld. I mean, it's going to give you the 5 basic cornerstones of MIG welding basics, but it's also going to give you weekly tips and tricks on how to make cool jigs like this, save you some time, save you some money, and some cool project ideas as well. So we'll see you there, and